we're such slaves to our conditioning. We're such slaves to our conditioned mind. And this is one of the things that we really have to bring out into the open, is that we are wired a certain way. And the difficulty in that is actually seeing our own personal wiring. Because we've been doing that way so long that we don't even notice that we're doing it. We might notice the results. We might notice the effects. You know what I mean? You know, we keep getting the same effect. You know what I mean? We keep choosing the same romantic partner over and over again, and swearing we're not doing it. And the next thing you know, we're right there in the middle of it again going, how did this happen? I swore I wasn't doing it. And I'm in the same situation I was in again. Happens over and over again. It's very easy to see other people's conditioning, but it's very hard to see your own. It's really hard to see yourself from the outside in. I always wondered if I could hire like a camera crew to kind of quietly film me and record me all day so that I could watch myself. Like, why did I say that? Why am I sitting that way? Why do I have that look? It's been very interesting to be recording these and watching myself on film. It's changed the way that I teach sometimes. It changed the way that I sit, the way that I, it's very interesting to see yourself from the outside in, let me tell you. But it's very objective. And it's hard to be objective with yourself. So in life, things happen. Things are happening. And things are constantly changing on a moment-to-moment basis. But we resist those changes. Is that not the stupidest thing possible? In a world where moment to moment everything is always changing, getting upset when something is changing is absolute foolishness. The opposite of that is embracing change. Is knowing that everything changes and just rolling with it. Accepting it. Even enjoying it. Who enjoys change? We want to make concrete and stable a world that is not and has never been concrete and stable, or safe, or reliable, or predictable. Period. So you can see how this would confound your mind. When you do this, you're fighting the tide. You're fighting the weather. Are you beginning in your mind to kind of think back? Are you saying to yourself, yeah, I do that? Doesn't feel good, does it? Because that's the problem. We just want to feel good. But the mind and our misunderstandings of the mind just make it so hard to feel good. The mind is saying, no, I want things to stay the same. I want things to always be consistent. And the world is like, well, it's okay that you want that, but we're not going to change for you. And so this is one of the ways that we really create suffering for ourselves. Is by not embracing change. And when I say create suffering, I mean it really can create pain and discomfort in us. On a regular basis. On a daily basis, on a moment-to-moment basis. And you're going to find that when you start to become really conscious of this, that a lot of how you behave, how you think, and what you do is motivated by discomfort. It might be a lot of discomfort. Those things are very obvious. But what about the subtle discomfort? What about the little things? What about the email you get from a coworker and all of a sudden, and next thing you know, you're in the kitchen eating cake or doing something to try and smooth yourself out. And you're not even conscious that you're doing all of this stuff, and you're not even conscious why. It all happens unconsciously. And the way that we know that is that we would never consciously create that garbage for ourselves.